So this is the fourth round of the tournament, and it started with d4, and I played the King's Indian. He played this knight f3 move. It's fine. It allows me to transpose into a Grunfeld, but I didn't play the Grunfeld at this moment. I played the King's Indian. So now bishop d3, e5, d takes e5, and d takes. Here he can't take this, but he can. It's not that great because knight takes e4, and then I win back the pawn with a slight edge because. So after this, I'm still not as developed, but it's just that my position is better. This bishop isn't well placed, and this knight, where does it even go? Knight g5, and then what? It doesn't have that many great squares. Maybe knight c5, but what can it do on that square? It's fine on f3, but the best square would be not many squares, nowhere, for the sake of my game. So knight c6, and then bishop g5. I was threatening to go knight b4, but this led to an interesting tactical trade, because I still can go knight b4, and he took, I took, threatening to take this. So after about 20 minutes of calculation from my opponent, he came out with the blunder knight f6. Because now I just take it. And if he takes, I take on the a1, and I'm just up in exchange. Now, the game continued with me trying to get him to trade with me. And here, okay, bishop d3 would fulfill my dreams right away, because then I would be threatening to take a pawn too. But he could go here, which is something I just saw. But it's fine, because my rook is active now. But I think bishop d3 would be better than bishop e4. This doesn't do anything. Now, after this, I went bishop d5, offering another trade, and he went bishop f1 again. It's not that great to go back and forth, so I went here. I'm also going back and forth with my bishop, so it's fully justified. Now I played bishop e2, bishop g2, and I finally made a rook move, and we traded. Bishop b3 and bishop b7. Bishop f3 after, and king f7, h5, and then rook d8. h6 is a dubious move because he could maybe open up the position like how bishops are the best as. Because it would obviously be better for me to close up the position so I could just pick up all the pawns, and it would be really hard for him to defend. It's my rook that's doing all the work. And his bishops are just useless if everything was closed up. But it could lead to a draw, but if all of it was closed up. But that's not important. Bishop e2 and then king e6. It's not that great because my king really is just centralizing, and where do we go after that? It has nothing to attack. I'd rather be maybe pushing my pawns and looking for a break, because even though maybe opening up the position isn't that great, it's still, well, it's not gonna be, it's gonna be fine for us and him, because he would get the open position he wants, and well, I get the open position I want. a6, bishop e2, yeah, he went back and forth again. b5, bishop d1, king c6, and he's just hoping for a draw. And even I offered a draw at some point, which was really stupid because I'm winning. And he declined the draw. And I was just really confused because he was the one who went back and forth here. and now he's the one who declined the draw. Obviously, it wouldn't be great for me if I got a draw, so he might be actually helping me. Who knows? Maybe he knew that he didn't want anything. He could definitely get a prize if he really accepted it. And bishop c4, bishop c3, king e6, and after all this, it was fine, and he made a blunder, which is bishop b7, because bishop d3, the idea was to play rook c4 and pick up the pawns. So I did. And king takes b5 does not work because rook takes c3, and, well, he would just lose on the spot. Now rook takes f4, bishop c6, rook c4, bishop f3, and yeah, I just picked up all his pawns, and after that I won. Blah blah blah. So he resigned after this, and yeah, that's about it for this. I just don't want to make the video too long. Yeah, okay. So this is about it for this video, and just don't offer draws that when you're completely winning, unless like you're up a pawn against a 2600, that's not stupid. Yeah, okay.